Seeing beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. It's your girl, straight with the queen. It's been a long time. Give me a minute. I'm in my car. I scheduled this, but of course, something always comes up. Something always comes up when I'm getting ready to go live. So I'm going to start this. I know I haven't been live in a long time, so I want to talk about us cleaning our own house up. Us cleaning house. So I know we've been seeing a lot of the controversy. Grand Rising, Brandon. Grand Rising. Look, I'm out working all the time. Hopefully, my season is about to be over some. So I'm out here working, and I wanted to talk about some things that's been going on. I know one of my last videos on YouTube, besides YouTube is acting up. I was trying to get to a place where I have a lot of service. So just bear with me. So let's talk about cleaning house though. I know Queen Amadeus Shakur. I know you seen one of my shorts where I was saying, um, all this stuff that boys, Queen Amadeus, Vicky Dillard. No, oh my God, my thing is trying to connect to the phone. I don't need it to connect to the phone. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Can, can y'all hear me? My car is trying to connect and I'm not trying to get it to connect. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all put like a thumb up or something where they say thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, all that other stuff? Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. The reason why I'm saying that, okay, thank you, Woke One. The reason why I'm saying that is that because we've been talking about, thank you, Virgil, and all y'all. Thank y'all, Queen, GIE. Look, we've been seeing the controversy, and now y'all seen my last video where I was cursing about. I think everybody called me, and I was cursing about leaving Fly Nubian Queen and about voicing them because we have to start telling ourselves the truth. Ain't no way, we can keep sitting up here having people who yell B1 among us and think that we're going to separate and that we are going to really get things done. Let's talk. The truth has to be the truth. One thing about us, we don't like the truth. We don't like to hear the truth when our heart is wrapped up in certain things. And how come we have Christianity when it comes down to separating ourselves, when it comes down to picking the thorns out of our own community? We just have to tell ourselves the truth. And in my last video, I was angry. I messed with the head. I, I did a lot of cursing, and a lot of people called me, and they were like, "Queen, they must have upset you." A lot of people called me, dealer. They're always harassing Lizzo about her body and stuff, but nobody can say nothing about them. Nobody can. When we say something about them and we tell the truth about them, then all of a sudden everybody's trying to cause division. You cannot cause division where the division was already caused. It was already divided. Some of these people are not out here to be B1 or to help you or to help the black community or melanated community, whatever we respectively call ourselves. They're out here to gain wealth just like the white man. And that gaining wealth, there you see them hoarding up the wealth over there. But is that wealth helping you? Then they want to give you something, as they say, classes and all this stuff, knowing good and darn well that if it was working for them so bad, you would not be sitting up here charging the black community as much as you are. You could charge classes like I'm gonna just say Michi. She charges affordable classes because she wants to help. Now, when you got somebody else charging all this money for classes, and you ain't got all these testimonies to back it up, then there is something unbalanced. You know what I'm saying? So we really need to start cleaning the house because what happened to Martin Luther King? What happened to Malcolm X? happened to move on? What happened to the Black Panthers? There was always one of us that was used to infiltrate. Look at Candace Owens. You don't know if she's for us or against us. We gotta stop because ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change for us as a people if we don't clean our own house. We cannot go to war, and I'm not saying just out here fighting, but we cannot go and separate without knowing who's the enemy among us. Y'all see me go out there at Natchez, Mississippi with Malik Shabazz and all of them because they said they wanted to gather together to bring a coalition. How come everybody that is supposed to be for us, we're hearing rumors that they're not really for us? You know, it's just like Christians who will not let go of Jesus but will praise a white man on a stick or praise the story that you know was given to you by your enemy instead of just researching. That's why there's confusion among what we need to do as black people, because the people who are not really B1 or who is not really for us will keep you running on a hamster wheel. We're running in circles and we're not getting no damn where. Just because we're free to run does not mean we're free. We were free to run on this hamster wheel all day, but what happens in a hamster wheel? A hamster wheel is still inside a caged society, a caged environment. The hamster think it's free, it's just running. We think we're free. That's how those that is not really for the black agenda, the black movement, is playing us. We got to start looking at what is being done. When a person says they're B1, how is it helping you? How is it helping you? When you taking these classes and these courses, is it really helping you? You cannot trade one scam for another. My problem, what I said about Vicky and Boyce and all these other people who claim to be for the movement is, first, if you did wrong, apologize. But you know you all have a problem when you have done the same people who you're yelling B1 wrong, your elders, and everything, and then turn around and blame the people for telling the truth. Do we want truth in the black community, or do we want to keep being fed lies? That is what the white man has, or white supremacy society has done to us. They kept us uneducated for a reason. And when the black race who has education keeps the black race uneducated, meaning you don't know what you're getting into, just so they can play us, so that they can make another white man's dollar off of us, that's not B1. And all of these, like I'm hearing about Jay Morrison and all that stuff, okay, you raised all that money, but how is it helping the black community? All these black people that's so much out here and famous, what is it doing for you? Yes, Grand Rising. What is it, Lois? I've been doing great. I've been out here reevaluating myself. Grand Rising, Curly. I've been out here reevaluating myself, understanding what we need to do, building, really looking at what is our problem. And what I decided as we build is that we don't need to always be latching on to all these people who claim they're for us, but you don't see the work being done. Grand Rising, Black Love. The work is not really being done. A lot of these people who say they for us and they taking all this money out of the black community, because let's go back to facts. Let's go back to facts. The Asian community, their money bounces around their communities. And what is a community? That means let me go back. The white community, their money bounces around about 12 to 13 times before it leaves out their community. The Asian community, their money bounces around about 10 or 9 times before it leaves out their community. The Japanese, the Hispanic, theirs bounces around about 5 or 6, 7 times before it leaves out their community. So what does that mean? That means that what it makes a community. I want you to take out the vision in your head of what you think a community is, because a community doesn't mean you're all in one secluded place. That means people. When I'm saying the white community, you're talking about it bounces around between white people. When I'm saying the Asian community, we talking about it bouncing around between the Asians. When I say the Mexican community, community, that means it's bouncing around between the Mexicans. So when it comes down to us, our money stays in our community 12, a few hours, and then it goes out. What is the community? Well, that's your stores. That's where you shop at. That's who you spend your money with, people. We are always spending our money with each other. I mean, with others, and not with each other first. So when we do make money among ourselves, you are a community whether you know it or not. Your household is your community whether you know it or not. What they have did was make you separate from what you look like as a group of people, no matter where you live. So you got your small communities, like they call the ghettos now. Our communities is labeled the designated ghettos and poor places and drug places. Our money bounces around with drugs and stuff. And then when it's time for us to eat or shop, we got to go out to the white community. When we want to have a nice time or we want some so-called Chinese food, even though we invented everything, we go to the Asian community. When we want our music or we want our music heard or we want to be famous, we go to the Jewish community. When we want sports, when we want to be the number one sports people, we go to the white community, NFL and stuff like that. Our dollars are always out. When we celebrate our so-called achievements, we're buying it from the white stores. When you want to buy your team labels and your team mugs and you want to tailgate, you're spending it with the white community. But let me tell you about the white community. When the white community wants sports, they own it already. So they raise the prices because they already said white people are going to make more money. They're going to give each other more opportunities. They have the bank. So when they get ready to go to a bank, it's in the white community, no matter where it's at. That means white people. When white people want Mexican food, they go to the Mexican community. They take their white dollars and put it in the Mexican community. But when they want to shop, white people ain't got to go out their community. They dollars bounces around because Susie and Becky and Billy and Tommy and Tim and Ken, they all got some type of business that they do and they buy from each other. One is producing the food, one is buying the land, one is getting the clothes, and we are getting to walk around and advertise that shit for free so that we can buy it. They don't even wear the stuff that they sell to us. When they want Asian food, the white people take their money out and they will open up and they will put a place for the Asian community to bounce their dollars around in their community. They provide a table for each other. Us, nobody coming to the black community about shit. Know what they coming to do to see what we like and what we want to wear and what we want to eat, and then they go ahead and put it in their community so we can come to their communities and spend more. They want to go to the banks and stuff. We got to go to the white community or the Jewish or whoever else owns it. We look around. Go out. The Mexicans and the Hispanic community ain't suffering like us. They might be treated racist, but they damn sure not suffering because I can go up the block and the whole plaza going to say L this and Migo that and this and that, and they speak their own language and they got their whole plaza. We ain't got shit like that. And then when it's right in the midst of the white and the Asian and the Jewish community, they build tables around each other and around us. We go to the same vacation spots they go to. We want everything they want. So then you get a lot of these black people who, be one, and what they're not building tables for you. They got all the wealth and all the fucking knowledge, as they say, but is they building tables for you? No, they're coming and they're getting stuff out the black community. They're getting wealth out the black community, and they're going back to spend it with the white people. They're not building you a community table. What we're trying to do with the United Empires of Akibelon is be the Black United Nations. There's nothing hidden about that. There's nothing wrong with us having our own table. Because they need to stop going in our community, stealing our cultures, our seasonings, our old recipes, the things that we have done, and giving themselves credit. They don't have no problem saying Mexican food. They have no problem saying Japanese food. They have no problem saying African food. We're not from Africa. We're from right here. But when it comes down to black people, we got to share soul food with everybody. We got to share soul food with white people, Rachel Ray and all these other people, because they get to pretend they can do everything like us, but we are us. So why don't we get credit table we have shared with everyone. We're not trying to build our own. We're not really trying to separate. Thank you, Iris Nord, Grand Rising. We're not trying to separate. It's okay to separate. Separation don't mean, hey, they separated. Go out your door. It's okay for you to go to a Mexican restaurant. It's okay for you to go to a Japanese restaurant. The name bold, their language and everything. It's okay for you to go to, I guess the white restaurants are called high class dining. But it's not okay for us to name our restaurants the black restaurant. Ours is always the vision of the black restaurant is some ghetto hole in the wall in the ghetto somewhere. Look at it. When I say this, look at the picture that pops up in your head. Italian restaurant, Mexican restaurant, fine dining, chicken, soul food. What pictures have popped up in your head is the pictures that society has written because you created all those. These people did not come before you. Science says we came first. Archaeologists says we came first. History says it, but as long as they keep erasing our history and we allow it, it's okay. Schooling, you don't picture black people having schools, but we had all the universities. When you think of manufacturing, who you think of? When it's time to order in bulk, who is the Chinese? Why is that? Because it's okay for everybody to have their table, but when it's time for us to build a table, now we're racist. Now we're trying to cause division. Do you not get that? So what we have to do is start separating ourselves from those who don't want to build a table. Those who are taking all the money off the black table and putting it to help the other ones keep building their already gigantic table. Yes, you could go straight no chaser with the queen at gmail.com. Somebody put my straight no chaser with the queen in there. I out here providing jobs. I provide lots of jobs for black people. We come up in there like it ain't nothing in an almost predominantly white area. I be busting my ass out here because I'm putting money in our people's pockets so that and I try to teach them to rotate the money among each other. When we need to buy jewelry, we call it private Bentley with just because. When we need to buy some what we build in wheatgrass or whatever we build in Kathy and Bruce. You know, we trying to build a table where we can get items among each other because then that money floats around and then that's how you start stacking up money and that's how these black businesses start building. And when we stack up so much money, then we're like, damn, we need to get our own bank. We need to start building our own bank. We need to start building our own vacation spots so we don't have to just keep spending money in the same white vacation spots where only white businesses are making the predominantly amount of money. We need to start buying land and building housing. You don't have to wait on the government. Just like these people are building, you could get your land, build houses and offer affordable housing and do your people better. You could do a lot more than what you think. See, the picture is painting in your head that when it's time for us to build, we got to run around and be mad with white people and we got to hate white people. No. We don't hate white people. We hate what y'all have done and not giving us credit. That's right. We got to set up trust. Flat power God. We got to do a lot of things. We can't just keep working for them. We can't just keep working for them. I thought we supposed to be the lenders and not the borrowers. That's what they Bible say. Y'all that's Christian does it not say that? Do you not supposed to be you supposed to be the lender, not the borrower? How does these people come on our land and take over everything and we don't own anything? And then when we try to do something among ourselves, we're called racist when they can have all their holidays and all their extravaganzas and all their celebrations and they can celebrate everything about themselves, but we can't celebrate nothing without being called racist. There's nothing wrong with separating. But we need to separate with the white people who are not. I mean, we need to separate ourselves from the white people who are racist because our lives depend on it. We're not running around in police uniforms killing innocent white kids or white people. We're not going around saying Black Lives Matter so that we can kill white people. We're not running around saying hands up, don't shoot. No other race has to have these sayings. But long as they keep allowing us, long as they keep copying us, they copy everything we have, They copy everything we have, and then they turn around and then tell us, stop being racist. They don't need everything we got they get from us, from hairstyles to anything. We are naturally us, and they get to make money off of us. So when we come around and our own people who yell B1 are scamming and lying to your own people, we're already behind. But when they come around scheming and scamming to your own people, they're no better than the racist whites we're trying to get away from. So we're not causing division by calling out our own. Don't you clean out your house first? Won't it be stupid for you to go out here and discipline other people's kids like we say the white people are doing? They want to police us, but not police themselves. We got to police ourselves first. We got to clean out our house first. We got to clean out the schemers and the scammers out of our house first, the murderers and the backbiters, the black men and the black women who hurt other black men and black women, the women who are using the system on child support because you're trying to be like the white woman. The white woman, remember, she's the one started child support. Thank you, Grand Rising. This is what's under my hat. Under my scarf. They're the white women, the ones who had to do child support because white men was not taking care of nobody. The most deadbeat fathers were the white men who would have kids by the slaves and his wife and left everybody unsupported. So the white women had to get us to band together and get child support. Remember, you were slaves, so y'all was on the same thing. We had to stick together because we struggled together. Now they done took us and separate us and make us think of our struggle is separate, and we're not. If you are trying to gain money from the black community just so you can go on vacations and live like the white people, you are not B1. If you have scammed your people and you're against other black people who are really out here, and you won't apologize, you are not B1, you are not foundational black, you are not the black agenda people. What we're trying to do as the United Empires of Akibalon is build the Black United Nations. That's all we are. We're not trying to take over nobody's name or group. We're building a table where we can all plant all our flags together. That's what this is about. We are getting land so that we can have a spot where black people can come. This is our spot. Because we're out here in these streets, in everybody's streets. We're at everybody's table begging to be a part of it, and we don't understand. We need to separate and build our own. You cannot go and be a counselor and teach somebody else's child about something and you ain't teaching your own damn child. You cannot sit up here and say you're B1 and then you're inadvertently using the same tricks and scams to get money out the black community to put in your bank account. Because if you really be one, you're looking at, we're going to have our own bank one day, our own currencies or whatever. We're not hating white people. It's our turn to separate so we can have some peace. It's our turn to lay our heads down in everything in our own community. The ghetto is not our community. That is a place the government have made for us to go against each other. And then they drop guns and drugs and stuff in our streets. We need places where we built our own streets again. We know we built everything. How come it's not okay for me to say, how come I can't Google black restaurants? I'm in a predominantly white area. I Google soul food and I go to a white person restaurant. What can we have on our own? Everybody else can have something with their ethnicity, but we can't. We have to be blended. It's nothing wrong with loving everybody. But love our damn selves first, right? We got to love ourselves first, right? They love themselves first. That's why you see the world as it is. You walk out and it's saying everything is white without saying everything is white. When you cannot find If every other corner I could find a Mexican business, a white business, a Japanese, an Asian, some type of Asian business, but I got to hunt and search for a black business. That's right. They got their hands in our business because we are the core. They want us out here so they can steal the hairstyles. They can see what we wearing. They can see what we like to eat, and they can sell it back to us. You are natural, melanated people. You are natural. Then when they seen us braiding hair and stuff, they come around and make laws where you can't braid hair, and they do it under the guise of protection. We don't need protection. We've been doing each other hair for centuries. This is how we take care of our bodies. Our bodies are different. Our hair is different. What we need for medicine is different. How we eat need to be different. But everything we do, look at Dr. Sabi. They done stole so many. Excuse me. My bad. They done stole so many of Dr. Sabi recipes and then selling it. When we started using turmeric and vitamin C and all that stuff when COVID came and we found ways to take care of ourselves, boom, next thing you know is on the shelves in the stores. So that we won't monetize off of what we have first. When are we going to be able to have anything we created and it's only ours, just like they do? Give us credit. It doesn't mean you can't do it, but they're not leaving out their neighborhoods to buy with us. They're leaving out their neighborhoods to steal our ideas. You get what I'm saying? They're leaving out their neighborhoods so they can see what we doing, so they can monetize off of it, so they can keep the wealth that they have already stolen from us. And we allow them. We allow it because we're too busy arguing and we're too busy praising and spending money to people who are not building a table for us or a place or a platform for us. Nobody is taking up for us. And let me go back to Boyce and Vicky because that's what really started all this. They're not helping us. They're helping them themselves. And they have no care, just like the white people who left us stranded. Vicky did her scams, is in there. It's nothing, nobody is jealous of her. What I'm going to be just that why the reason I got into it because Boyce or whoever, and I believe it was Boyce, left a comment under my page saying that I had the same opportunity as Vicky, but I didn't take it. You damn right because it didn't sound right and it wasn't right. I wasn't here to take money out my people's pocket. But when I asked him to help me build this empire and help me get the understanding to finance land where we can kind of come together as a group and everybody put in money and we do an investment group together since he's Mr. Finance Major and show how we can build together and buy an island together, he wasn't down for that. You want me to sell shit to my people, but you didn't want to help the people. So let's tell the truth and shame your devil. Ain't nobody against Vicky or Boyce or nobody. We against what you doing and how you have done it and how you have not apologized and how you won't check yourself and change. Just like we're against white people. We're not against white people. We don't hate white people. We don't like what you have done, what your parents have done, and how you continue to hide your parents' sins and continue to benefit off the backs of us and our children's children. Our future is glim with those types of people in our house. So it's time to clean house and tell the truth. Ain't nothing wrong with telling the truth. If you were wrong, you were wrong. Check yourself. How you going to talk about you B1? How we B1? That's our problem. Before we were community, right? Community would discipline each other children because we knew we was with the same thing. Now we can't even discipline each other children, right? So we got children running around that don't give a damn and don't respect older people. We got to put the whole thing together. In order to build this table, we got to check ourselves. We got to look in the mirror. You don't see the queen on here all the time. I'm out here working for real, but what I'm doing is I'm doing some shit for real because I bet you some of the people that come across me, black women with children, I could get up here, I could get my testimonies, and I could sell classes. What we do, we clean. Those are called laundry bags. So when you go to a condo or whatever, we go in there and clean it up. I'm out here providing jobs. I'm not taking out my black community. I'm putting money back in the black community. I come out here to these white communities and work, and then I put money in the black community pocket. And these black men with child support, I'm teaching them how to you work for yourself, and then you control when you pay your taxes and your child support. But I am against black men who don't take care of their children. We got got to do something. And I'm against y'all black women who use these children against these black men. And I'm against y'all black women who decide that y'all want to have babies just so y'all can keep a man or try to pick with each other. Y'all would lay up here and have a baby by a man who got so many kids already just so that you can outdo the baby mama. I ain't with these stupid games no more. If you want to have a child with some wisdom. Think about what you're doing. Think about what we're bringing in our black community when we're producing children in the black community. Are these children? Are we providing something? Are we? Do we got a black library in every city? Huh? Where's Boyce and Vicky with all that millions of dollars they took out the black community? What did they put back in? They justify selling you bullshit just like the white people. So what is the difference? What's the difference? Huh? Tell me how we wrong for calling out BS. How are we wrong for calling out BS? If it's not helping us, we don't need it. Hold on. Trying to prop my phone as usual. If we hold on. I'm going through the it's either which way. I don't know if y'all can see me. But if you yelling B1 and all the money, you hear what Queen Amadeus Shakur said. You heard what Michi said in the beginning when Boyce took her name so that she would not make money. They play the same game. They cripple you the same way. That's the white people way, right? That was the racist white. Excuse me for those that white people that's not racist. Y'all say y'all didn't do anything in the past, but yet in the future you're doing stuff because you're not allowing education and the truth to come through. You got all these white people yelling CRT, so you don't know the truth. So you got black people selling stuff, stealing work, and calling it their own, and not giving recognition to where you got it from. You know, and then you're taking the money, all that millions of dollars that they've been making off the black community. Are they building libraries or giving free financial classes or something? What are we doing with the money that is going in and out the black community? Sit back and look. Jay Morrison, I think he built the Black House. Why we don't have to mimic what they already built from us. We built the White House, right? So why do we need to rebuild something? We're not competing with them. We're trying to get our freedom. We don't need to play these competition games. We need our freedom. Does the Black House allow everybody black to come into? Can we go read? Can our children come there and get some motivation and mentoring? Do we got a system in place where we mentor the kids in the streets? All this millions of dollars Vicky made when she claimed she didn't scam, but it's proof right there in the pudding that you made $2 million off of old people. Where's that money? Then because it's proof you got to pay restitution, you know why you raising money to pay your bills because you scared to go back to prison. But we got black men in prison that ain't did shit. Is Vicky, Boyce, or anybody from Jay Morrison, all of them bail black men out of jail? Did they help black men pay catch-up child support and mend the relationship between the black man and the black woman? Is there any counseling? I know a lot of black people, I be trying to look for black counselors and saying, hey, we got to get counseling. But it ain't too many black doctors. Are they providing a type of schooling where we encourage our children, our black children, to go be black doctors instead of running on a football field and injuring their head? Black mamas want millions of dollars so quick. You selling your sons as slaves to the NFL because it's a quick way to make money. If the NFL didn't have so much money involved, would you be putting your sons up there, or would you be making them being doctors and lawyers? Are we making our kids? Are we training them up to be lawyers so that it can help fight for the black community and pass and help? Do we got enough black lawyers to help fight against these people who are running around talking about NCRT? I'm in Florida right now. You can't even teach CRT. Where's the black people? Where's Al Sharpton? Where's all these motherfucking famous people? Y'all want to talk about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter ain't did nothing that Jesse Jackson and all the rest of them ain't been doing. Oprah, Tyler Perry, and all them, oh, it's good. They provide jobs, but but what is it really doing for us as a whole? Because they're going to pass on, live their life, and die, and we keep fighting the same fight. Y'all, it's 2022, isn't it? Ain't it 2022? What we going to do in 2023? We already know what's coming. It's time to change our strategy. Do you talk to your kids about being something other than being a sports player, other than being something that works for, that is going to benefit the white community? We only want to talk about Jesus, Christianity, and religion, just like the Nation of Islam. They good for what it is because that is the most powerful unit together that we see. But what can we do when they have to involve being in some type of religion that obviously it's just like the white people. If you're not involved in this religion, well, God ain't blessing you. Well, there's a lot of people that has no religion, they're being blessed. White people have done so many things to us. Their communities are still being built and being blessed. So explain to me what is wrong. The wrong thing is we're not thinking of us first. We're not looking in the mirror first, and we're not telling each other the truth first. We have learned to not accept the truth or criticism from each other. And when we criticize each other or tell the truth about each other, we are called being divided. You cannot divide a black person that's already divided, like the black people that was involved in Malcolm X's murder. Should we still let them in, or is that division? If I talk about the people who helped destroy the black community, is that me causing division? We got to clean our own house, and we need to stop going with the same thing just because a person is popular. Look at Grandmaster Jay. All that because they come in the name of helping us, and we trust, and we trustworthy people. Because Christopher Columbus said it when he seen the black people. When they come in, we trust everything, and they rob us, and we being robbed in our own house. We're being robbed, and most of the black on black crime in the streets with us. We're not talking. We're talking about all these young boys need to start shooting and killing each other. But let's talk about these so-called famous people who are letting us, who are robbing us and taking money and not doing right by the money that they're pouring out the black community. Name a place out of all that money, Vicky, Jay Morris, and all that have. What can you and your child do with it? What have they built? I give Tyreek the sheet of pass. He's an entertainer. He brought the people together to give you the knowledge. So I think it's worth paying for those videos. I shout out to Mickey because she brings in the knowledge, and she's actually giving something if we take the time to take the classes to help ourselves. I gave a shout out to Nicole Compton because she helped me. We have to bring the people together that got the knowledge to help each other. We need to respect each other in their respectable places. Stop praising people just because they seem famous and they know a famous person. But is their actions speaking louder than words? Are their actions getting something done? Or you still can be killed tonight or tomorrow, and then we say her name, and we waiting for the next story, and we say his or her name. Queen Amadea out here, she called me all the time like, hey, let's raise money for this, Queen. Call me when you ready for this meeting. You see what I'm saying? What are the other people that got all this money doing? Are they making sure there's a program in each one of the schools that your kids go to so that your kids can be taught critical race theory? Are they using billboards to tell the truth about critical race theory and telling the truth about these politicians? Are they raising up black politicians that can go in here and fight against these racist ones and the coon acting ones? Huh? Where is our money going that these so-called famous people are drawing out the black community? The Wakanda is coming. The movie, we all excited. It's all good, but where the fuck that money going, and how is it helping but employing the black people who are already on film? They might be giving us jobs, but after the jobs, the money, where we going to spend our money at? Because remember, we ain't got our own table. So our money only stay in our community 12 a couple of hours because we gotta go eat Chinese food that we made. We gotta go buy the clothes at the white owned stores. We gotta go and buy this and get that. We give our money to everybody because we ain't got our own shit. Ain't nobody coming to spend their money with us. And they ain't talking about here, there, ordering. They steal our ideas, they steal our cultures, and they put them in their stores. They steal all our cultures and they put them up for us to buy, and we kindly buy it and advertise that it's okay to buy these labels that everybody is making money off but us. Your kids are walking billboards. Your kids running around with clothes that they represent black, but only whites and everybody else is benefiting financially from. Are we building farms? Does your child know how to feed itself besides going to the grocery store or sticking somebody up and robbing them? Are they providing food places that I need? We got some land. I need an aquaponics machine. Aquaponics, the whole system to help start building is $6,000. We need to build. We need the water machine. That's $50,000. All that money that Vicky and all them took out the black community, they ain't buying that, right? Why we ain't got our own water bottle company? I think it's one black person, and we think those are achievements. Those are not achievements because we're getting stuff back that we already built. We invented everything. We invented cars, we invented potato chips and everything, but everybody got their label in their hands in our pocket, but we not benefiting. Our kids ain't got a book in school that go through and tell the truth about us. So why is Boyce and all them teaching at schools? You tell at that all-white school and want to claim how they treated you, then you should have took your smart ass to a black school and benefited your black children. But no, most of these people that say they for us are sitting out here making sure that they keep you dumb so they can feel like white people keep you, because you ain't uneducated for nothing. You ain't uneducated because you dumb. You have been left out of education. Education was not poured in our communities. It was purposely done for the state that we're in. But is anybody getting you to recognize that? You're not dumb. You're not stupid. You're not uneducated. You have been left out. Your parents was left out, so your parents can't pass something down to you that they don't know. But what we can do is start telling ourselves the truth and stop trying to only pass down religion and something that they allowed you to be a proud of, that they piggyback on. So obviously, like I'm gonna keep saying, obviously God is racist, their God, because they still getting blessed despite it all, and we waiting to get our blessings in heaven somewhere. We need a clean house. I drew the line. When we gonna draw the line and start looking among ourselves and saying, "Bam, is this a help?" Stop giving our money to frivolous things that's not helping us. And when people that's real are asking for money, then you do it if they show evidence. I mean, sometimes it's gonna be tricks. Everybody ain't for everybody, but if evidence shows that these people, certain people, been getting money a long time and you see nothing, it's time to stop giving them people money. And if evidence shows there's people who are really trying to be for you and you have to debate on if you're going to support them or give them money because they're not just as famous, stop equating fame to what's good for you. If they're famous and ain't shit done, then their fame is only for them. Beyonce, Jay-Z, all these people, rappers, all these people got all this money. We could have been bought an island. We could have been changed the law. All it takes is us changing the laws and stuff too, right? How do they do it? These politicians, they got so much, they pour money in. How come when one of these white people kill us, they get all these GoFundMe and they get all this money, but yet we'll see so many black people struggling and stuff, and we won't put $1 towards our own future. We got to start looking at we got to start doing our research. When we tell each other the truth, it's like it's so hard to believe the truth that you just go ahead and comfortably believe the lie because your brain don't want to adjust. Nah, this person wouldn't do that. Like all the people that say they still love and support Vicky. Love and support her until she give you an apology or you the next victim. You are a victim when you love and support somebody who the government put in prison because they stole millions of dollars from your own people. And you still sit up here because they're famous because you decided that you trusted them and you don't want to admit that your trust was broken. Let me tell you another secret. Most black women, our deaths come from other black men. That's statistically. That's because within a community of people, you're gonna be knowing the people that know each other are gonna, you know, have problems among each other. I'm not saying we're perfect, but are we getting our black men? Are they getting counseling? Because our children are being showed in order to handle each other is to kill each other because that's what the world has shown. That's why the Chinese, the Asians, the whites, and everybody handle us that way, and we handle us that way. We don't handle each other with care. We don't handle each other with respect and dignity because the world doesn't. So we got to clean house first and fix up our own damn house. They watching us every move. They watch what we wear and everything so they can make money, but they can't make money off of black unity. Where they gonna be selling black unity cards now, black unity shirts. They should not get to benefit off of a human race issue. We don't have a racism issue. We have a humanity issue. See, everybody else gets to be racist, but we cannot. We don't get to say, hey, there's something wrong with the way we are treated as humans. We got a humanity issue. So we don't need the tricks and the games and stuff to get quick money. We need land. We need counseling. We need healing. We need education. We need a whole lot more shit than what they are giving us. We need to be proud of us. We need to start. Yes, they should not be able to copy our styles and make money off of it. If we knew the patterns of the African patterns, they wouldn't get away with selling this and all the kinds of stuff because we don't know what the patterns mean because we don't have a history of ourselves. It's not just from Africa. Here, too. The truth need to be taught about here, the pyramids in America, and all our cultures. We were all over this world. But as long as they keep conducing you to Africa, you're going to be doing African causes and stuff. Those are the most group of black people together. How can we help Africa when Africa got all the black leaders? They got all the money. They're just giving it out. They're not fighting against white people. They're not fighting. Use your common sense. Stop letting them make you think that you only came from Africa when we was all over the world. We are the people of this planet, of the universe. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And since Vicky want to steal my children of the sun and how they ate people and stuff, you are the people of all over, but they have played with your imagination and made you only think of blackness as Africa when you were all over. Evidence shows, but they keeping your mind here while they constantly digging and trying to come up with science and trying to find ways to prove that you were not here in America when you were here first. They trying to do everything for years and years. We were taught Columbus discovered America and our black heads is right here. And for years we were taught that they brought us over here in a boat because it made it think that you were too ignorant in Africa to have traveled the world, even though you were the first people on this earth. You are from all over. So most of us here in America, you can distinctly tell an African, a Haitian. You can kind of tell us different. They the ones look alike. They're not from all over, but somehow we let them stake claim over here and let them teach us that we from over there. And so we're spending all our time trying to send money to Africa when they taking over Africa and Africans are feeding France and all their slave owners. They're not fighting back. Jamaicans, are y'all fighting back? Y'all from there. Puerto Ricans, are y'all fighting back? Mexicans, are you fighting back or are you fighting each other? Are we all playing this white supremacy game instead of getting together? Because we're from all over. Mexicans, y'all just acknowledge your dark skinned people, so you were just as racist. We need to acknowledge what is going on. It's time to clean house. It's time to separate ourselves from the black people who don't want to wake up because all it's doing is holding us back. It's time to separate ourselves from the black people who want to continue to be ignorant. If you're being schemed and scammed and you sending your money to people and you don't see them out of your communities and out here in the gutter with you, then you don't need to be sending your money to them people. What are they doing with the money that is being drawn out the black community? Where can you take your black child for safety? If the police shoot, we can keep saying hands up, don't shoot. You see what Black Lives Matter did? They built them a mansion away while we still out here in the gutter dealing with the real racists. We still sending our kids to schools where they in your world. Walk out your door. What do you see that represents you? If you buying stuff from the store, does that store give back to the black community? Is it building buildings? Is it building black libraries? We don't need the black house. We need black places in each area that black children can come to and get the truth and learn about them. It's a shame when a bunch of white people are all on the Supreme Court and judges and lawyers, and they're all passing laws that benefit white ideology by leaving you out in this 2023. And they already done set us back another 100 couple of years by erasing history, and they're continuing to do it. The Senate passing bills left and right, and we still supporting this system of racism. Are they teaching you about the system of racism? Is Boyce, Vicky, and any of them teaching you how to break the system of racism or how to come together besides yelling hashtags and slangs that they can sell to you on a T-shirt? Is that T-shirt money making sure that it's coming in there? See, with the United Empires of Achievement, we trying to build something for everybody so we can come together and so that we can have safe places just like they got safe places. The Jews got the mosque. The Mexicans, you could go out your door. They got shopping plazas. They comfortable with their own language and their cultures and their food. And then they send money back to their home. We don't have to send money to Africa because we from here. We need to be sending money to our so-called ghettos and buying up the projects and changing that shit and doing our own security and stuff and doing our own counseling. We need to check ourselves before they have a chance to come in here and tell us who they're going to arrest and who streets they're going to patrol. We don't need white people patrolling streets that they're not from because they look at all these movies that come in ready to kill and steal because you are looked at on these movies and stuff as animals. And then on top of it with the Wakanda and all that stuff, they still get the benefit off the money. It's still a white company. Every time you turn around, they get to tell you how to handle racism. They get to benefit off of your struggle. They get to make movies that you go look at a movie that they can use for racism all day and tell their story, but when we talk about it, it's against the law. But they can make movie off of Roots and Amistad and all these other shit. They make movies off of all these Netflix and Hulu, all these other movies, but yet you only get to act in it. You don't get to. They get to do all this, but yet your kids don't get to be taught the truth in school. Your kids are not taught the truth in school. Your kids don't get to get to feel good about themselves. Your kids only get to see images that make them be subjective to everybody. So the only time we get power is when we got the power to kill each other. I popped that nigga. They get to say songs with the word nigga in it, and if I say it in my video gets banned. They get to let you make money off of insulting yourself and insulting your parents and your grandparents. When your grandparents, that was an insult to them. But now y'all made it y'all word. Excuse me, y'all done made nigga y'all word now. Do you not see it? Are these people teaching you the truth? Notice the people that teach the truth don't get that many followers or that many views, but the people who ready to give you fluff and BS, y'all like left off behind them because they seem like they famous, and so somehow we think when the person is famous they do no wrong. Those are the most people doing wrong. We keep hearing all the sex trafficking, all these black people coming up missing, all these black men. Shout out to y'all men in prison. Excuse me, I'm supposed to be doing a prison video because my son in prison, and they said they struggling in there. These people get to put our people in prison, and then they in another environment. They already being punished, being away, but now they in another environment where they got to fight for their lives because there ain't no guards and ain't no people in there, and it's a whole other society, and people are going to prison to serve their time, but now they're serving death sentences because every day they can be murdered or killed by another inmate. That's not justice. People who don't give justice should not
don't want to be lumped in as all white people are racist, but they get to lump everybody else in a punished place. They get to lump us all black people in on one thing. They get to control this because they control money, and money controls who and what can do what. And we are getting black people that's in our house, siphoning the money out the household to go live like the people who we're trying to change or get away from. We don't hate white people. We hate what you do. And if you're a white person that fights for rights, then keep on fighting, honey. You have to understand black people and white people fought together against the racist 1% who only want to live this life so that they can benefit and harm the world while we all struggle together. So they made sure white people and black people didn't fight together no more, and they started with the racism. You would think racism came from slavery, and it did to a certain extent. But after slavery, we built many, many, many things, many towns, many things. But the racist whites had a way to get back in and get slavery again. And so they made sure other whites that worked with black people came in and was punished. So you had black codes. When white people, you could not testify against a white person. They didn't want to hear it. That's why we're dealing with this Emmett Till man. If we know right is right and wrong is wrong, we watch them drag Bill Cosby down for a whole bunch of white women who say this and that, but yet we can't arrest a white woman who is known to have a black man murdered. So the system is fucked up. But yeah, we keep on playing this game of let's take this class to get rich. We don't need to get rich. We need to get our shit together. We need to, because once we get our house in order, we realize we don't need riches. They got to live off of money because they're not creative. They cannot live without it. So they got to make sure they attach themselves to our hips. They have to come a prosthetic to us. And we don't understand. We don't want to take them off our hips because you keep saying humanity and this and that and that and this and that and that. No, you got to think about your damn self. You got to look at reality. They wouldn't have the seasonings and stuff. History shows they didn't even know what sugar is. We look at them, they can't dance like us. They can't. So why do they keep being able to put us in a place where they can copy and steal from us, but we can't benefit off our own talents and our own humanity? They have wrote laws, but we can't even wear our natural hair in certain styles because to them it's not polished. We pick at each other for not being so English etiquette, even though they kept education from us. Our parents was only allowed to go to school in the 1950s. Yet we'll attack each other. We won't listen to the message unless it sounds like the white man's word. And we don't see that's a trick. I don't want to be polished up like the white people because that is not our true history. That is not our true language. So I'm not going to hold anybody black responsible for not pronouncing their words right, for not dressing the way that white people tell you to dress. Do you not know them black and gray suits was to strip all the color? The world is full of color. Our places, our lives was full of color. We got what they call culture and soul. They don't. So they need a book to instruct everybody into doing this so they can strip us of our God-given talent, our God-given life, our God-given culture. We don't see it. They want to be us by stripping us from not being us. And we keep living in this world, and then we got other people like Boys and Vicky on them, scamming people and promising you whatever you think you're giving your money to. It is not helping. When you can make more money off of, you can charge a black family. If we had 1 million black people pay $1 a month, that's $1 million a month that can be going into the black community, and we can really be building stuff. $1. If 1 million black people was to donate $1, we'll get some damn well. But we don't see it like that. 1 million black people donate $5 a month. That's $5 million a month that can be going to the black community, and we could be building things for us. Libraries, we could buy that island, start developing it. We could buy land so we can start developing our food and grocery stores, and we start helping our people instead of waiting for these motherfuckers to get some type of program to send us money. Instead of waiting for these motherfuckers where we sign an application to get Section 8 to have somewhere to live among them, and in the same places that most Section 8 is at, that's where they sending their white cops to come be racist in the street. It's all set up, but we need to get out of it. So we need to start cleaning the house first. You know where they come? In the mind first. And if a black person can't get in their mind and understand something needs to change, you are not good for the black community. We got to start separating those that would have killed Martin Luther King, separating those that would have allowed the white men to let them stand up and yell, "Who get out my pocket?" when they killed Malcolm X. I don't care who shot him. We got to start calling out the black men who killing black queens. We got to start calling out, start talking about who dating who. Let's start calling out if they dating and they okay dating outside they race and they not helping that and they want to mix their seed, they don't know the truth. That's them. We got to start talking about who is here and who's doing what and what we're gonna do together with the people that we got, and stop getting distracted with this bullshit. That's right. That 5 people doing something is more effective than 100 people debating and doing nothing. When somebody calling out a black person, let's do some research. If the research show they having this voice and they not ready to admit they wrong, they not for it. It's just the damn truth. It's starting time to start looking around. If I'm in my car and we're supposed to be black first and I got somebody hanging out my window shooting at the black people and we yelling B1, I need to get this motherfucker out of my car. Because he ain't for me. It ain't nothing. That's not division. That's getting rid of the thorn in our side. So we need to start calling what is division, real division, and what's not. And what's clean the house is what's clean the house. Because right now we can't get nowhere until we get all these fake motherfuckers out the B1 community. Then we can see who's left. I keep telling y'all the 300. Y'all seen that movie. We got to stick together to get this shit done. I'm campaigning for 1 million black people to donate $5 a month. Go to the United Empires of the Kibballah. I promise you we'll get some stuff changed. But we got to know who's for who and who's not for who. Why all these people giving promises and they've been rich for all this time? Dickie Dillon had $2 million a long time ago from scamming the black people, and you ain't did shit with it. And now you want more. So you can go ahead and pay back the white people who all of a sudden enforce justice, but yet they never fix another really for the black community. We need black libraries, black doctors, black tutors, black mentors. We don't need this BS that they selling to us. We need people like me today giving classes, and it's affordable. You want to learn to work online and stuff and everything, or build your business and get your license and live a liquor license. If you're going to go to the liquor store, damn it, take the class and be your own liquor store. Learn something. Stop being a consumer. What your Bible say? You should be the lender and not the motherfucking borrower. It's time for us to stop being stupid with y'all funny looking tails, as your queen said. Stop insulting each other. Stop expecting each other to be. Stop looking for the words of the white man to make it all right to follow people. If your words of if the person has to talk adequate to you and all these big words, that means something is wrong with you. The truth can be in so many different forms. As I said, it's time to separate. But it starts in the house. It starts cleaning house. Stop judging people and start looking at people's actions. Start looking at what they're doing. Where is all the black money fucking going? Because we're not broke. We're $1 trillion spending machine. We're not broke. The brokers of the broke is not broke. We can take $10 and make that shit stretch. But we use a shit like drugs to keep our minds off of stuff, alcohol to keep. If we're gonna be the consumers, we need to build. We don't need to be the consumers, is what I'm saying. We need to start being the lenders. We need to start building. What can you do in your community to put your money together? A few of us in the community put our money together and buy some land. You won't see it. Actions speak louder than motherfucking words. If they taking money, all that millions of dollars, do they got plots of land where you can put affordable housing on? Where we can put some agriculture on so that you can eat? When the grocery store is shut down, do we got a place the Mexicans do? The Jews do? The whites do? What we got? We gonna be knocking on that door. Excuse me, we hungry. You see what happened during coronavirus? They had our asses out here working, calling us the essential workers. Didn't give us nothing. Made sure they was taken care of. Turned back around what they some people. Then they turn back around and gas is up high, the highest it's ever been. Who's inflation? A bunch of white people sitting around telling you that they want their money back and they want more slaves, and it affects blacks, whites, and Chinese and everything, except for the other people, the Chinese and the whites, they get a little bit more. That's who inflation is. It's the same bank that sold you the house, that sold you the car, that's already getting interest, and they turn it right back around. Thank you, Carla, UC6, for your donation. It's the same banks that's turning back around and charging you. It's all going to the same bank. There's only so many banks in the world, boo. So who's charging you interest? Who's inflation? How long we gonna keep being boo-boo the fool? I thought we wasn't boo-boo the fool. Stop trying to overcome and stop trying to prove to each other you smarter than each other. I always tell you I'm a person that live and work every day. If all of us get up and get on and follow each other that's real and start talking and spreading the word, let's get some real stuff done. Stop selling your soul sons and daughters to the sports world and start making them be doctors and lawyers so that they can get in there and change shit. When we start changing shit, the money gonna come. How can you look at a white man on a dollar, Benjamin, all of them? How can you do that? Look at this. When I go in my purse, I gotta see a white man. A white man. Y'all build America, but yet the representation is a white man, not even a white woman. We have white women get their rights and they left us behind. When we go somewhere, we gotta get cards. The white bank. Let's look at reality. When you go shopping, who you gonna buy your purses and stuff for? Where's the black purse designer? The black shoe designer, where they at? Where they at? When your child need to go see themselves, they see every other race person in them. And you wonder why you laugh or why your child don't respect you. Black men, where you at? Stop trying to prove that you the only reason y'all know religion because the religion is the only thing that allow you to be controlling of your woman. We're not supposed to control each other. We're supposed to work together. We're supposed to work together. We're not in competition. We never was. That's why they don't want to teach you CRT. That's why they don't want us to know our truth. We need to go down to the Library of Congress and read the slave narratives, the slave letters. There's over 2,000 of them. We used to be the only two-parent household. We didn't need child support. We wasn't separated. It's proof that the government separated us. Why? So that we could be in slavery. You out in the streets, I'm out in the streets, and our kids is at their mercy. We got so many black kids where they say it's right to take you from the household, and then black kids end up dead and missing. How long we gonna keep playing this game? We need our own black orphanages. When they came and they started being mad, they burned down the black orphanages. Why did we have black orphanages? Because you were doing the parents wrong. You keep killing off the parents at a young age, and then you got younger and younger children that you lead to the system. Let's see the game for what it is. But are they selling you that? Are they selling you the truth? Are they selling you enough shit to keep your mind occupied? I'm talking about all these B1 people so that you can give them money and they can go live and ignore what the fuck is really going on. We need our own black orphanages so we can get some of these black people out of CPS. We don't need to call CPS. We need a black foster home so when a black person is having a problem or CPS is getting ready to come, they can call United Empires of Achievement. I need somewhere to put my child and we can go ahead and provide that safety. That parent can sign over and say, hey, you watch my child a little bit while I get on my feet before CPS get them. That's the shit we need. Where all the millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars they getting while they building the black house and this and that and all that other bullshit that's not helping you. Running around making deals with Cadillac and all that stuff. We don't need that shit. We need orphanages. We need foster homes, parents, mentors, so that our kids can stop being sucked in the system. Because if we get them at a young age, they won't be their future prisoners. But they don't want that because their future prisoners is what's keeping their motherfucking asses rich. Understand the game that's being played. Like I said, I got to get to work where I provide real jobs to real black people, to real black families. So let me do what I got to do, cash a real check so I can pay my real people where I ain't scheming
and scamming my people for real, but trying to build something for our future, trying to pay for some land so we can have at least some residential housing. If we all took a stand and stick together, pass that on. Go, somebody put it the website, the United Empires of Akibalon. Thank you, Erica. All y'all that pay y'all dues, all y'all that don't, it is what it is. Because when at the end, it's going to be built. In the end, we're going to have that island. In the end, we're going to do that. And I'm watching everybody that contributes and does whatever. Because when it's time for us to go, you sitting out here running behind the wrong people. You're not coming with our safe place. Because it's a line of separation. We dividing that shit now. Unless you're going to hurry up and pay your dues, then it ain't talking about just money. Collect supplies, collect seeds, get a storage unit, start collecting wood, start helping. We need a system. The aquaponics system is $6,000 to do a commercial system, and we can start producing food, and we can start taking it to the black neighborhoods and stuff, or the black desert at places that, a lot of places in California, grocery stores are shutting down. You go in the grocery store right now, the motherfucking apples is almost $10 a bag. That is not necessary. All these farms out here, you know that they shut down the farms. You got Amazon and all these people, Jeff Bezos and all them buying up the land just so that you won't eat. These people are not doing stuff to help you. Look in the link and let's join together. I'm gonna get the website ain't been updated in a while, but it's gonna be updated because I'm out here working for real. We out here working for real. I built this black business from the ground up. I employ about 15 black people and young kids. When I talk with them, I had to get into it with some of my young ones. But y'all out here in the street, like I tell them, y'all out here in the street pulling guns and robbing people. But yet when I tell you to do something or get your ass up, it's a problem. But y'all gangster in the street, that's where you know our kids' mind fucked up. You went out here, like I told them, this grown people shit. Y'all want to be grown, having babies, running around, drinking, smoking weed, pulling guns. But yet, when I tell you, get your ass up and go to work, you want this and that, and you got a problem with that. But yet, you ain't got no problem with drinking, smoking, and carrying a gun. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But I'm out here doing my work. For real. I don't need fame to do my work. I don't need to be famous. I don't need to put everything on video to show I'm out here making changes. I'm making changes in my little circle. Are you? Are you? Are you? Even if you don't know, you don't like talking to other people, are you and your children or your grandparents or your moms and sisters and cousins, are y'all planning barbecues and Christmas and Thanksgiving and all this and back to school, or y'all at least within a couple of hours reading some black book or getting some type of education on on something? Do you talk to your black kids about what's really going on and y'all doing something? Thank you, Grand Rising Queen G.I.G. I honor your work, Queen. Do this work, no more talk, as Willie D would say. Exactly. I appreciate y'all, because I'm telling you, the shit is real. I'm doing real stuff. I don't put my business here on this page, but I will go when you see my videos in school that we're doing, you're gonna see the work I do. Because I'm a person and I'm working, and I've been busy. That's why I'm not up here just talking to y'all, because I'm out here in the streets for real doing stuff. I'm picking up kids. Anybody of the empires them know my living room look like I'm camping out every day. Because I know it's not forever, so I can live with them. I get on to them hard, though. I get on to them hard and stuff, but yet like I tell them, I mean them well. I'm teaching you how to get your LLC. It ain't the best business with cleaning, but it can lead to something. I'm teaching you some responsibility. You ain't gonna get out here in the streets robbing nobody when you can clean a damn room. I done came up to homeless people, black women. You out here, excuse me, selling yourself. Okay, come work with me for a few hours and get off your back. A lot of them don't want to do it because it's too easy to do shit fucked up instead of doing it right. Change is hard. It's hard to change your routine because it seems like it's easy. So when it take a couple of hours to clean a room, and boom, there go $50. I go to the hood and the homeless people and get my people. So I'm out here. So those that's famous, are they out here doing something for you? Are they out here providing jobs for real? So the one of us that's out here for real, you ain't gonna see as much out here. And shout out to those that give the news. I look at Queen Amadeus Shakur. I look at Beat Zilla and them. They out here giving news and stuff. Because we usually get our news from the white people who only going to give you details, and they only going white stations usually looking for ways to make you continue to look like the criminal while they hide themselves. We already know how the game is played. So we got to start floating around in our communities. Who got this? Who got the news? Who got the schools? Who got the books? Who got the land? Who got the affordable housing? Who's trying to build the affordable housing? Who's trying to do something for us? Like I said, it's time to clean house and stop calling everybody that call out everybody a division. Now, we just calling out people? No. But after a while, we got to see what is this person doing. Let's evaluate how the black community is moving, and those that are so-called leaders in the black community, how they moving. Thank you, Bronze File Pipe, Computer Repair Business. That's what we need to know. Get on the website, sign up. When y'all email us on the website, I know it's emails that some people were supposed to go through. I know a lot of people say they had a talent. I'm trying to get there so we can see where to put you. How can you fix computers? Then hell, I need some computers to be fixed. We need to be shipping them to you or whatever. We need a community of where we could trust each other. Like my daughter texted me now, who got some crystals? Privately, my daughter said she needs some crystals. You know, Kathy and Bruce, they're gonna be selling some wheatgrass and stuff like that. Stuff that if we could just do a little business with each other, honey, that starts flat. That next thing you know, our dollars is floating around to each other. Who making purses? Who making clothes? Stop worrying about wearing red bottoms and all this other stuff. I don't care. My sister used to make sure she first started off, they was wrinkling up, they was doing, but I wore them. And when I first had to get my work shirts, my sister was just starting her printing business, and it was give a damn. We gonna wear these shirts. I wore them proudly because they was made by a black woman. I don't need all this fancy stuff to prove I'm not struggling in society. We struggling like a motherfucker, black people. Stop letting them trick you to not show your struggle in this America. Show your struggle and show how we gonna come up out the struggle. Stop wearing all these designer labels that ain't helping you. Stop worrying about that. I'd rather see when I see a real black person, they ain't wearing designer labels, I know they ain't with that bullshit. Stop being like them. I ain't saying you can't get your body done and be this and that. If we're going to do this stuff, let's go through black people who are for black people. If you want plastic surgery, find you a black plastic surgeon. I'm trying to get a list of them. You want your teeth did? Let's find a black dentist. You want to go to the doctor? What the thing is, let's start trying to gather our community back together. That's how you rebuild the black community. When it's time to vacation, we need to go to spots where there's, like I see, I think it's Country Cooking. Her name is Auntie Sod. She's in Philadelphia. I look like, hey, when I visit Philadelphia, that's what I'm going for. I ain't going to these places and visiting places for white entertainment no more. I'm trying to see where my people at, what's done, and go see it. Like Jay Morrison, he got the Black House. I don't know what it's for. Maybe I go visit if he's doing something for the black community. Is that we need to start rethinking how vacationing is done and where we buying stuff and what we enjoy. You need to enjoy sitting in a black restaurant, even if it's in the hood. And, when you start supporting then you black businesses, we got to start appreciating that black people come and spend black dollars with you. And you start taking acting like the white people. Start taking that money and building up your business and make it look like the white businesses you want to. Right now, we got to have patience because we getting there. So y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. I got to get in here and get to work. I love you all. We are going to make it. We are going to have our own place. We are going to have our own space. I don't care how long it takes us to get there because that's what we build it. We are the Black United Nations, and that's what the United Empires of Akivalon is. Bring all your flags together. Let's join and let's sup together. Be blessed.